What a great way to celebrate Freedom Day. With South Africans from across all communities in KZN. We've got rural and urban, we've got young and we've got old, we've got rich, we've got poor, we've got black, we've got white. Everyone is here celebrating one of the most important things to us, and that is our freedom. But on the 29th of May, we have to use that freedom. Freedom is not good enough if we're not using it to choose our leaders, choose people who care for us, choose people who are going to put our communities right. And that's what we're going to do right here in KZN. And this is it. We're building to the big day. The rescue rally is one step closer.
That's what we love to hear, Chris. Now you're speaking about Freedom Day, but a lot would argue that South Africans aren't truly free yet. What would freedom look like to you?
So I think freedom without opportunity doesn't mean anything. So many South Africans have the right to vote. But the right to vote without being able to improve your life circumstances, without being able to overcome the poverty that so many people are in, means nothing. So we want to create a society where you're not disadvantaged by the circumstance of your birth, but you can use your freedom to overcome that and build something better for yourself and your family and your community.
Now, Chris, we know there's a massive unemployment issue inside the country and in KZN. Do you have a plan to solve it?
It is really sad, Gwena. In this province, almost 50% of people are unemployed. It is an indignity for fathers to sit at home and not be able to provide for their families, or mothers not to be able to take their children to hospitals because they can't afford transport. And we have to get this economy growing, and we do so through an infrastructure-led approach. We must focus on our key sectors, whether it's logistics, transportation. Let us get tourists back to our beautiful beaches and visiting our game reserve. But there are quick wins and there are easy things that we can do. And we have a plan to get there. We have a plan to create 300,000 jobs in this province and get KZN working again.
Now, Chris, you captured the imagination of South Africa, the imagination of the world, when you became the first mayor of a municipality in KZN, the first DA mayor of a municipality in KZN. What are some of the things that you've been doing to bring the DA difference to Mgeni?
You know, the biggest thing is that people said it wasn't possible. They said it wasn't possible for the DA to govern here in KwaZulu-Natal. And we proved they're wrong. By 42 votes, we won the municipality. And what that means is that day after day, we're able to implement a program of action that is for the people. We are seeing roads being fixed. We are seeing street lights being fixed. We are seeing old infrastructure being renewed. We are seeing poor households, vulnerable communities getting access to government. And that's what government should be doing, working for the people, making sure that the most vulnerable are looked after and that the infrastructure can support a growing economy.
Now, Chris, across the country, we're seeing water infrastructure collapsing, and I know it's the same here in KZN. Do you have a plan when you are Premier to turn this around?
Yeah, it's really sad. I've been able to travel this beautiful province, and there are still people who drink out of rivers with animals. There are people there's sewage running through their homes. To be able to fix this, we want to establish a provincial infrastructure agency. So what that will do is pool all government resources, whether it's money or whether it is the expertise. And by doing so, we can start to tackle things such as water leaks, tackle things such as the lack of infrastructure around our treatment facilities, and get services, or get water at least, back into the pipes that already exist. But more than that, we have to look to the future. We have to start building dams, start looking at alternative solutions, whether it's boreholes or extraction. But we have a plan that has been tried and tested in the Western Cape. It's not new. It's not just some glossy manifesto just before an election. It is actually a plan that we can implement in this province.
Yeah. No, this is a manifesto that was created by the best minds, not by ChatGPT, I think, like other parties.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can go into Google Images and pull up some great pictures, ChatGPT, and you know, it's great because you print it in gloss as well. But the real thing that we need, if South Africans are serious, if the people of KZN are serious about their vote, then you will put a political party who is tried and tested. A political party is not just about names and words. A political party has taken broken governments all over the country, fixed them to be able to deliver to you. So if you want to take chances, it's up to you. It's your future. But for me, I'm voting for a party that is tried and tested in government and that actually has a real plan to get things working.
Now, a lot of your story has been one of hope. What is your vision of hope for this province when you are Premier?
So the first thing is that we have so many communities that have no access to overcoming the situations that they find themselves in. So whether it is no clinics or no schools, whether it is children who have to cross rivers, whether it is just a broken business and economy system. And all we want to do, and it was an elderly lady in Verulam told me, she said, Mr. Pappas, all I want is normal. And that's the sad reality, that is what we're fighting for. We want to rescue our communities so that we can have normal, no strikes, that we can have water in our taps, that the public transport works, that our streets are clean. So we're fighting to rescue things so that we can start to rebuild for the future. And that is what I'm doing. That is what all the people behind you every single day are out there doing. Knocking on doors, spreading this message of hope that there's a realistic chance that we can rescue KZN and bring back something normal, something better, something that we all really, really long for.
Now, Chris, what would your final message be to the people of KZN in the run-up to this crucial election on the 29th of May?
So I think the first thing is that elections and politics are argy-bargy. There's a lot of noise out there. So what I want to say to people is that, move past the noise. Look at what is truly important when it comes to a political party in government. The second thing is this, is that it's going to take courage. It's going to take courage for each one of us to believe in a future that is better and not what we have now. And we have that opportunity, but we're going to have to be courageous in this next election. And the last thing is this, is that democracy requires that you get active. You can't outsource democracy. You can't check a 60-60 democracy. You have to get to the voting station. So, on the 29th of May, choose a political party that is tried and tested. Be courageous enough to get out there and put your mark behind the DA. And more importantly, get active in this election, because no one is going to come save us, but we can rescue ourselves from a future and create hope once more.